Better Sabnay Philippines, Salam Malaysia, Peace on Earth. Ito po si Nico Fabian, nandito na naman po sa programa natin Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Welcome na welcome kayong lahat po kung nasaan man kayo. Especially ang mga kababayan, kaibigan at kapatid ko po dito sa Malaysia, mga Filipinos as well as ang mga Malaysian friends natin. Ang mga overseas Filipino workers sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, ang kapwang Filipino migrants natin, of course, sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo din. And huwag natin kalimutan na kumustahan ang mga kapatid, kaibigan at kababayan natin dyan mismo sa bayan natin, ang beloved Philippines, ang beloved Philippines. Kumusta kayo? And I hope everything is running smoothly sa buhay natin and you're enjoying itong weekend non-working holiday or non-working days natin po. Sana po mga kaibigan na may mga obligasyon tayo sa relihiyon natin po. Sana ginawa na natin. Kung wala pa po, siguro may time pa tayo hanggang mamayang hapon. Hanggang mamayang hapon po. And ito po, si Nico sa Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, once again inviting each and every one of you so that you will be able to know what is the latest updates regarding sa Pilipinas, especially ang mga Filipinos po. Because this program is dedicated to all of you, sa ating lahat po, regardless of saan tayo sa political color, reliyon or saan na parte ng mundo tayo po o sa Pilipinas po, no? Lahat mga Filipinos, this program is for all of you. And of course, particularly dito po mga Filipinos sa Malaysia and very specific dito po sa Sabah. Dito po sa Kota Kinabalu City, the only city in Sabah. Okay na, okay ang weather condition natin dito po sa Kota Kinabalu, and I hope everything will run smoothly po, no? Okay ang weather condition natin hanggang mamayang gabi po. And of course, tomorrow po. But tomorrow, medyo excited na naman tayo. I hope I will be wrong when I say excited tayo po dahil sa expected mga happenings dyan po sa Pilipinas. Especially, lumabas na po ang balita. Lumabas na. It was officially announced by Campo, the camp of Senate President pro tempore, Senate President pro tempore Sherwin Gatchalian, ang SP, newly elected SP or acting Senate President si Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. According to his camp that si newly elected chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee, he is going to conduct itong Blue Ribbon Committee tomorrow po dyan po sa Senado. Ano kaya po? Ano kaya? Will it be a successful, sabihin natin, Blue Ribbon Committee investigating itong flood control projects po? People who are involved in these flood control projects, or they will, or no, the truth will be hidden. Will be hidden po. Sana lang po hindi. Sana lang hindi po. Because we saw already last week, the camp of Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano conducted the Blue Ribbon Committee Blue Ribbon Subcommittee po, chaired by Senator Mark Coleta. They conducted a subcommittee hearing and they invited itong 18 ex-Marines as resource persons nila po. And during the hearing, lumabas po. They retelling of stories po, about their experience, that they played a very crucial role or important role in the deliveries of suitcases full of cash or maleta po, full of cash to various individuals, several individuals, particularly politicians, senators, congressmen, government officials, reportedly itong some or a couple of Senate cabinet secretaries of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, as well as other individuals po sa private sector. sa private sector. That includes also the name of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, as well as First Lady Lisa Araneta Marcos, including their son, si now House of Representative Majority Leader. Majority Leader si Representative Sandro Marcos was also implicated by the ex-Marines po. But sabi naman ang kampo ni Senator Gatchalian that something like invalid the hearing because it was not properly recorded and it would not be recognized by the Senate. Ang hearing carried out or conducted by the camp of SP Cayetano. Until now, we are having problems who is the rightful Senate President, the rightful pro tempore, which is it's either si Win Gatchalian or si Senator Loren Legarda po, no? And problema din po sa SP. And of course, whether it is constitutional na the newly appointed Senate Secretary, Sergeant at Arms, no? Did not violate any rules ng Senado as well as ng Philippine Constitution. So, hanging pa. It's all hanging now. For your information, it's all hanging now. Hopefully, we will be able to get ang sabihin natin answers po hopefully by tomorrow or next week. Anytime next week po. And karamihan, they were saying mabuti pa po, no? Mabuti pa. Sana lang po they will already one of the senators will come out already and make his or her decision whether he or she will remain as in the camp of Senator Cayetano or he or she will jump po sa kampo ni Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. By doing so po, it means they are going to have the 13 majority quorum, 13. For as long as walang 13 senators, signifying the quorum po, then siguro mag-prolong pa itong problema natin dyan po sa Senate, which some people are saying we are now facing constitutional crisis in the Philippines, but I for one, I believe we are facing a Senate crisis lang po, Senate crisis. So there are two options. I hope I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong. Either any camp or the camp of Senator Gatchalian will be able to get tomorrow or next week po the number or the magic number 13 po para wala nang problema ang quorum ng Senado. And of course, it will be legalized already po who will be the rightful Senate President ngayon po, 13. And the other one po, depende namin po, kasi mayroon ng petition, may motion na po from the private sector asking the Supreme Court po to intervene and make the final decision po. Who will be or who is the rightful Senate President ngayon po dyan sa Senado. And siguro po, the third thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, siguro po, it's about time na in the event walang 13, walang decision coming from the Supreme Court. So, I think the last option that we have is for the general public, the Filipino nation, to make the decision. But let's see po what will happen tomorrow. All I am hoping and praying po that this problem that we are facing ngayon po sa Senado po o dyan po sa Pilipinas, we are going to be able to find the best and long-term solution po so that the Philippines will be able to move forward na tayo. We have been facing a lot of problems po, whether we like it or not. Security problems we are facing. We are facing non-political stability. We are facing non-economic stability. So to solve this problem, kailangan po solve tayo ang security, political, and economic situation sa Pilipinas po. Let's all pray and hope that we will be able to get this long-term solution po. Long-term solution. So in the meantime, for your information, let's talk about sa Philippines bukas. As what I said, they're going to have this Blue Ribbon Committee to be chaired by Senator Erwin Tulfo po. So matuloy yun na they already invited the resource person that includes the 18 ex-Marines who appeared during the Cayetanos Blue Ribbon Committee last week. Now, whether they will participate or not is another story po. That's why let's see what will happen tomorrow. Tomorrow po. I think the hearing will start around 10 p.m. yun yata po. But anyway, don't worry, I'm going to monitor and I'll make sure that you will be, kayo mga followers ko po dito sa TikTok, the Real Talk with Nico, you'll be properly informed. And the other thing, because of what happened last week, dyan po sa Senado po, na ano tayo, na rinig natin, itong mga 18 ex-Marines, 18 ex-Marines po, may balita tayo ngayon dito po. And it is already published in several newspapers, main newspapers dyan po sa Manila today. And one of the stories that I'm going to share with you today is coming from the PhilStar dyan po sa Manila. And the heading is 18 Bagmen facing flood of lawsuits. Flood of lawsuits. Nandito po. Let me read you this news article. For telling their tale of having delivered billions of pesos in kickbacks from flood control projects to more than a dozen officials, including President Ferdinand Marcos, 18 men claiming to be former soldiers are now facing an avalanche of legal cases. Hindi lang ito po, claiming to be former soldiers. They are really former soldiers po. The first to file cases against the 18 were Batangas Representative Gervil Luistro and the Society of the Divine World, or SVD, a Roman Catholic missionary congregation, which took legal action on behalf of one of its members, si Father Flaviano Antonio Villanueva. Dino De Leon, Team Pinas conveyor, and a public interest lawyer said he and his associates are planning to file a complaint of usurpation of authority against Senators Pia Cayetano and Rodante Marcoleta before the office of the Ombudsman and the Senate Ethics Committee for leading a sham Blue Ribbon Committee hearing last Thursday, where the 18 resource persons narrated their allegations mostly through their lawyers. Must be to their lawyers po. So mayroon na po. They will be filing cases against these 18 Marine soldiers who, in the affidavit, admitted, without fear and favor, that they played a very important role or they delivered itong mga suitcases po sa mga senador po. Dahil dyan, because of that po, now they will be facing cases sa korte po. Sa korte po. Is it fair for those people who came out and tell the truth? And what do they get? They get this court cases po. Kayo na bahala to think fair ba ito o hindi. But that is the latest updates meron tayo. Let me share with you during the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing last Thursday po, ang mga revelations, a portion of it, ang mga revelations ng 18 ex-Marine soldiers po tungkol their part in delivering suitcases po sa mga politicians, individuals natin dyan po sa Pilipinas. Nandito, although I played it before already, but just to refresh our mind, our memories, what happened in the Senate last Thursday po sa Blue Ribbon Committee, let me share with you itong video clip po. Itong video clip. Sandali po. Nandito ang statement made by the soldiers wherein they claim politicians like former Senate President Vicente Soto receiving suitcases full of cash, money po. Let's watch and listen to this po. Sandali po. Sandali. Alright. Alright. Sandali po. Let me share with you itong video clip. Alright.
Sa Mayor, nauna kami sa area kasi nagpasya na kami ng president.
Hold on po. I will try to... Sandali po. I don't know if okay na ba ito kung ganon. Alright, nandito. Let's watch and listen.
Sa Mayor, nauna kami sa area kasi nagpasya na kami ng president na kami mag-proceed na sa building ni Tito Soto sa Baclaran. So, after lunch, nandun na po kami aboard. Ngayon, nag-antay kami na dumating sila ni Posaldi. Pero nang dumating sila, ngayon, okay yung area, nariko na namin. Pagdating nila, ako nag-guide po dun sa baba. Ang may basement sa gilid ko. Kaya dumiretso yung limo ni boss, umipot. Tapos nag-crop po. Tapos, makya sa rangkaan, Your Honor. At tapos may elevator. Kasama niya po si A.E. Mark, saka si Paul, saka yung iso niya po nga si Police Major Dichoso po. At tapos noon, sakay siya sa elevator, pagbukas ng elevator, may nagsalubong po doon. Sumakay sila. Tapos yung maliit na po na dala po namin, nadala po ng mga kasama ko. Tulak-tulak po nila yung dalawa, inabol po yung dalawa, at sinabay po sa elevator. Tapos yung the rest po na ibang malita, hindi po nakabol. Nauna na po kasi pagsatas po.
Paano ang dinili pera?
Pera po.
Alam mo magkano?
Large po, malaki.
Ang large usually ang laman ay
40 to 70 po.
so ilan ang dinili?
40 to 70 po yung...
So isang maleta lang.
5 po, 5.
5 maleta, sabi ko 40.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. So more or less kailan to?
Your Honor.
More or less kailan? When?
Year 2024 po, bago
Campaign period.
yes po.
Okay.
Ako po yung involved doon kay Senator Erwin ko.
Sir, pangalan tapos pakikwento na lang yung circumstance.
Ako po sir si Pete Bernard Gumban. Bali po, nakapag-deliver po ako doon kay Senator Erwin Tulfo ng 2 cases. Yung una po, 2 malita, tapos yung pangalawa po, 6.
Ano yung 2 maleta? Anong size?
Maliit na po, small tsaka medium siguro.
Small. Ano ulit naman ng small?
Nasa 20 to 25 siya.
Okay, and ang medium?
Yung medium po,
Ang medium patay 20 to 25 na, tama ba?
maliit po. Yung small po,
Okay, tapos yung medium?
nasa 40 to 50.
Okay, so ang dineliver ko is from 60 to 70. Okay.
Tapos yung pangalawang beses po yung anim na malita na.
6 na gano'ng kalaki?
Halo-halo po.
Halo-halo na.
Opo,
So,
Your Honor.
even assuming small plot kung 6 sa 25, at least 150. No, at least. Saan ang first at saan yung second delivery?
Dito na sa may bahay niya po Your Honor, dito sa Green Hills.
Green Hills. Paano nyo alam ang bahay niya yun?
Tinanong ko po si Mark Tiksahi. Sabi ko, Boss Mark, kaninong bahay po ba? Sabi niya kay Senator Erwin.
So pagdating nyo doon, katulad ng kwento doon sa Ilocos, so, may sumalubong, kinuha lang, pinapasok kayo, anong...
Bali po, Your Honor, si Mark po, tsaka si Boss Mark, si Mark Tiksay, tsaka yung contact doon sa bahay ni Senator Erwin, sila po yung nag-uusap niyan. Tapos pagdating po doon sa bahay, ibababa po namin yung mga malita, tapos ihagit doon sa loob. Yung nagre-receive na po yung si Boss Mark na po, tsaka yung nagre-receive yung bata.
So hanggang saan ka nakapasok?
Nakapasok po ko doon, yung bahay po may basement eh. Hindi na hanggang sa, ano lang.
Yung basement, Kasama kotse or bababa?
Hindi po yung honor, yung malita po,
Yung maleta. So yung kotse sa parking lang kayo.
sa labas lang po ng bahay.
Tapos nadala yung maleta hanggang sa basement.
Pasok na po kasi may sumalubong na po doon yung...
Okay. So kung halimbawa, dadala namin kayo dun sa mga lugar na sinasabi nyo, matuturo nyo na ito yung bahay, tapos
Yes, sir.
masasabi nyo dito yung
Yes, sir.
basement.
Yes, sir.
At third lang, Leila de Lima at saka kay Franz Castro, mga kongresista.
Si Franz Castro, Your Honor, laging gamitin niya nila boss Saldi ko sa opisina niya doon sa Congress ko at saka sa Town House. Then pagkatapos po ng meeting nila, paglabas ko, may mga bit-bit na po yan silang mga paper
Pag
bags.
sinabing sila, sino ba usually kasama ni Franz Castro? Not necessarily sa pera, sa meeting.
Yung filing niyan na Your Honor, yung lagi niya kasama, tatlo yan sila Your Honor, kasama si Raul Manuel at saka yung isa pa, si Franz Castro at saka si Rosas, Your Honor.
How about yung kay Leila de Lima? Sino?
Si Laila de Lima po, lagi po yan sa Town House. Gamitin po sila boss. Then, pagkatapos po niyan, ganun din po, may dala-dala na rin po yan. Kuha niyan, Your Honor, Quadcom hearing.
Kailangan nating i-clarify muna, no? Kasi yung pagkakabanggit niyo kay Congresswoman Laila de Lima, kasama siya sa mga congressmen ng 19th Congress. Hindi pa siya congresswoman noon eh. Bakit siya kasama rito dun sa listahan ninyo sa paragraph 43?
Yan po yung, siguro po may lapses po kami dyan. Kasi, Your Honor,
Napagkamalan niyo sa congresswoman ng panahon na yun.
nung congresswoman, nung panahon na yun, Your Honor, hindi pa po siya kongresista. Pero nung namimit na po kami ni Atty. Baligo, kung congresswoman na po kasi siya, kaya nasama po dyan sa mga congressman po.
Kasi bukod sa kanya, itong tunay na mga congressmen na nilist down nyo sa paragraph 43, babanggitin ko na, salita nyo naman ito eh. Ito yung mga nag-deliver po kami mismo sa bahay ng ilan sa HOR at yung iba kinuha nila sa Unit 8 o Unit 9 ng Polo Club Townhouse, Forks Park. Sila yung mga sumusunod. Benny Abante, Sia Adyong, Jose Alvarez. Ito binabanggit ninyo kung saan kinuha eh. Halimbawa, si Benny Abante, ginawa niya sa House of Representatives saka sa Townhouse. Si Sia Adyong, na-congressman po ito ha. House of Representatives niya kinuha. Jose Alvarez sa Forks Park House. Jojoan, Townhouse. Julien Baronda, Townhouse. Ace Barbers, Townhouse. Ching Bernos, House of Representatives. Arlene Brosas, House of Representatives, Townhouse. Franz Castro, House of Representatives, Townhouse. Joel Chua, House of Representatives. Manix Delipe, House of Representatives. Ito nga na, si Laila de Lima, Townhouse din niya kinuha. Dan Fernandez, House of Representatives, Townhouse. Janet Garin, House of Representatives, Townhouse. Don Gonzales, Townhouse. Jay Congun, House of Representatives at Townhouse. Jervil Luistro, House of Representatives. House of Representatives and Townhouse. Ito yung mga makabayan group na sinasabi ni Senate President kanina eh. Raul Manuel, Franz Castro, Arlene Brosas. Ito yung mga bayan black. Na kapag nagsasalita sila sa House of Representatives, matagal ko silang nakasama roon eh. Wala nang ginawang mabuti ang gobyerno. Palagi sila na lang mabuti. Na parang sila ay ngayon pala eh. Hindi ko sinasabing totoo na dito, kaya kayo nandito para patibayan ninyo, para tindigan ninyo na totoo lahat ang sinabi nyo rito. Sandro Marcos, Forks Park, Paulo Ortega, Estrella, House of Representatives, Joseph Paduano, House of Representatives, Townhouse, Stella Kimbo, House of Representatives, Townhouse and Residence, J.D. Suarez, House of Representatives, Erwin Turbo, ayun, Green Hills, House of Representatives. Itong lahat po na binanggit ninyo na mga ngayon ay naglilingkod na miyembro ng House of Representatives, yung iba naman ay wala na, kailangan makatibayan natin sa pagitan ng inyong individual o sama-samang paglalahad ng salapi na kailangan natin mapatunayan ngayon.
Alright, yan po, narinig natin na some of the names mentioned sa affidavit ng mga sundalo po, ang 18 Marines po, no? Implicated in the flood control projects po, or those who receive suitcases full of money or mga maleta po, we call it maleta, no? And dahil dyan po, no? Dahil sa revelation, confession nila po, na itong 18 soldiers will be facing a lot of problems po, no? Problema yun po, and they will be facing dance with the music po sa korte because cases will be filed against them po for cyber libel, so forth and so on po, no? So I am just sharing with you po ito, so at least you will have an idea. It doesn't mean that may file cases na sa kanila po, it doesn't mean that they are guilty, no? They are guilty. May proseso po yun po sa korte, sa proseso sa korte po, and may mga hearings pa yan, no? But many are asking dito sa Malaysia po, mga Filipinos, if you look at the situation ng ex-Marines, 18 ex-Marines po, that I think 16 are Marines, ex-Marines po, and 2 are retired Army soldiers po, no? So what do they gain? What will they gain if they reveal this thing po? So, looking at the situation po, they will not gain anything except that they will be facing a lot of problems po because mabigat ang mga kalaban nila. Ang mga pangalan that they mention, they allege receiving itong suitcases po full of money. Full of money. And let's see po what will happen. Tomorrow, mayroon naman Blue Ribbon Committee under a hearing under the chairmanship of Erwin Tulfo, and let's see po kung what will happen. And some Filipinos dito sa Malaysia, they're asking, is it fair enough for chairman, Blue Ribbon chairman Erwin Tulfo to conduct the hearing because his name was also implicated by the Marine soldiers po. So we leave it that way. Kayo na bahala po, no? Kayo na bahala to make your own opinion or ano man po, no? Assessment, kayo na bahala po. I'm just sharing with you some info na nakuha ko po dyan sa Pilipinas. And let me show you another video clip po, no? Na desidido po ang mga sundalo to stick with their, or to be firm and stick with their statement na dyan po sa affidavit, no? That they played a very vital role sa deliveries of itong suitcases po or maleta filled full with money. And let me share with you maybe 1 or 2 of the soldiers who gave their statement saying that nandito sila because they believe that it is important for the sake of the family and for the sake of the nation po. Let's watch and listen to this. Let's watch and listen to this po. Sandali, ha? Okay. Okay, sandali po. Alright, paano ito? Hold on.
Your Honor, pinilit na rin po na...
Hold on. Sandali lang po.
Your Honor.
Okay, nandito po. Let's watch and listen to this.
natuklasan na ito pala ay pera ng taong bayan. Sa madaling salita, ito po ay isang sindikato. Hindi po kami aatras sa labang ito dahil ang sinasabi namin po ay totoo. Yan lang po, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Magandang hapon. Ang nag-joke talaga sa amin dito, kung bakit kami nandito ngayon, even though sa mga nangyayari kahapon dito sa bulwagan ito, ang loob namin at kami ay nakukonsensya na hindi namin mailathala o may ipahiwatig o ipaalam sa taong bayan na ganito na pala kalaki ang lokohan ng bansa. Dati kaming sundalo, ayaw naming maghirap ang kinabukasan ng mga anak at pangapo namin. Ano na lang ang kredibilidad namin iiwan para sa aming mga anak. Alam niyo pala na may ganiyang lokohan sa gobyerno noon, bakit hindi kayo lumabas? At isasama namin sa libingan namin itong pangyayaring ito, Your Honor. Kasi sobra na rin kasi. 18-point-something trillion na utang ng Pilipinas, paano ang bayan, paano ang kinabukasan natin? Itong kasamaan ko nandito, nagdesisyon kami kahapon na kahit anumang mangyari, na kahit saan man tayo pupulutin, kulungan, o anumang paggagamit ng gobyerno laban sa atin, itutuloy natin to, laban natin to para sa bansa at para sa kaiunlad ng bansang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po. Meron po kayo.
Okay, yun po, narinig natin ang statement made by two soldiers po. Walang retreat, walang surrender. Walang surrender, laban lang po. So, medyo the way how I look at it po, na ano talaga sila, they're more than willing, without fear and favors po, no, that they will come out and stand with their statement they made po, na sila po yon na nag-deliver ang mga pera sa mga individuals mentioned during the hearing. So sa palagay ninyo po, no? Sa palagay ninyo po, what do you think? No? Is it fair enough for anyway, may democracy tayo po. Anybody can file cases against them po. It's their freedom to file cases against individuals making what? False allegations po or what? But let the court decide po. No? Let the court decide. So yun ang situation ngayon dyan po sa Pilipinas. Let's see what will happen tomorrow po sa hearing kung mag-attend ba ang 18 soldiers sa hearing ni Senator Erwin Tulfo po. Let's watch and see bukas po. And okay, siguro bago tayo matapos itong episode natin for Sunday, June 7 na tayo po, no? Maybe let me just share you ano ito po, mga balita, mayroon pa tayo dito po, no? Ano ba itong mga balita? Itong mga balita na I was made to understand dyan po sa mga news na I read kaninang umaga po, na ano na daw po si Cayetano, Defense Senate leadership warns against Malacanang influence. According to Senator Cayetano, nag-interfere na po ang Malacanang dyan po sa mga issues, sa what is happening sa Senado. And wag natin kalimutan po, no? This is very important. Wag natin kalimutan, on Friday, ang nation natin, ang nation natin will be celebrating our Independence Day sa June 12 po, no? We are proud to be Filipinos and we are going to celebrate ang Independence Day natin sa Biyernes, June 12. Nandito po, for your information, Manila Police District Director, Police Brigadier General Arnold Santiago Yesterday po, inspected security preparations in the Mendiola area ahead of the Independence Day celebration on June 12. According to Santiago, the MPD is prepared for possible protest action expected to take place during the observance of Independence Day. Among those the officials inspected were the security measures installed at gates and major access roads leading to Malacanang Palace. Reports have earlier surfaced about planned protest actions on June 12, as well as allegations of destabilization efforts aimed at the Marcos administration. However, the Philippine National Police said it has not received any information indicating such trend. In a separate message, Palace Press Officer Undersecretary Claire Castro said the Malacanang has yet to confirm any reports regarding the alleged destabilization plot. Residents living near Malacanang, meanwhile, said they are not worried about the planned demonstration. One of the groups expected to hold a protest is the Bagong Alianza Makabayan or Bayan, which plans to march towards the U.S. Embassy. Platalino also clarified that Bayan is not affiliated with any protest actions being organized by supporters of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Santiago, however, emphasized that the police respect the public's constitutional rights to assemble and express grievances. The MPD added that it has sufficient personnel to secure Malacanang and maintain peace and order during the Independence Day celebration po. So, may mga is only normal for the police authorities po to make the necessary preparation in terms of making sure security will not be disturbed during the Independence Day celebration natin on Friday, June 12 po. No? June 12. Let's see po what will happen. Kaya nga, sabi ko, this week is a very exciting and crucial week sa atin po. No? One is because of the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing, wherein si Senator or Chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee, Erwin Tulfo, in fact, sabi niya po, sa grupo ni Senate President Cayetano, do not dare to do any other hearings po because siya daw mismo po will arrest them. Ang grupo ni Cayetano po, no? Ni Cayetano. And because of that statement po, maraming mga criticism, negative, especially negative criticism kay Senator Erwin Tulfo. Po. But anyway, sige lang, let's see what will happen. And of course, nandito lang po ang Nick Talk, the Real Talk with Nico. I will make sure that I will continue to monitor ang situation sa Pilipinas. And in the event na mayroon tayong mga latest updates po, I'll make sure that you will be properly informed. I won't be able, maybe I won't be able to give you the breaking news, but definitely, whatever news I'm going to share with you po, no? Daily. It will still be a fresh show, or it is still a fresh news po. Kaya don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow itong Nick Talk, the Real Talk with Nico. Once again, si Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day-to-day. Lahat mga Filipino, be it in the Philippines or elsewhere, sa labas ng bayan natin po. I hope that you are enjoying itong weekend natin and you take care always po. So, mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Hidop Malaysia, Sababole, and let's pray peace for the world. Bye! I love you and you take care. I'll see you in my next episode.